On last split, this feels a little bit more like a spring split 100 Thieves draft where Ssumday can take the game into his own hands. I'm curious though how much they can play around him. Graves obviously can be a very, very scary jungler, can get some pressure done, but if Ssumday holds his E, you probably get away from every gank.
And on the bottom side too, I'm always looking at where's this Twisted Fate going to go early, because the first two ultimates from Twisted Fate are very critical in the ramp-up time of this composition. And if you're looking on the bottom side, you need to do it very quickly. Mid laners now, with the experience changes, have a little bit of an extra lead on bottom lane experience. So Jensen will hit that level 6 far above the Kalista and Thresh, where they get so much safety down in that bottom lane. And then it becomes much more difficult, even with a Twisted Fate, to try and force that. So I'll be really looking at that timing closely for Jensen if he can gain some room at that level 6 spike.
Yeah, always eyes on the Twisted Fate as that goes down. Going to be the one I'm looking for the most here because, hey, TS has been explosive. It's been a fun champion. Love watching it get played, especially in pro, and seeing where he goes, right? It is the most surefire way of telling you what this game is about. When he shows up in that lane, like, yep, this is the lane we're trying to gank. This is what we're trying to force down. This is where we're trying to get 600 gold. Let's go.
And spoiler, it's not going to be impact. It's not going to be for the Ornn into Aatrox, unless they have a dream scenario and Dragon is down and they want to go for Rift Herald afterwards. You can get an objective that way and you have jungle pressure up there. But you know, it is going to be very likely that you try and combine with blitzcrank and Twisted Fate, match made in heaven. You gold card. That's an instant pullback. Those are the types of plays that we like to see. Is the combination of some of the synergies here.
Yeah, and it'll be another game where Tactical's going to have a whole lot of friends near him, right? That's one of the big questions around this TL lineup.
I love when I have friends near me, freak.
Well, yeah, of course. This is why you're right over there. You're like 8 inches away on the monitor, so we're practically adjacent. We're not quite holding social distancing up based on the pixel density here, but regardless, the point is that it's... People are like, okay, but can Tactical hold up to what Doublelift did? Certainly when Doublelift was underperforming, TL as a whole squad didn't do very well in the spring split. So, okay, but you had won 4 titles in a row with this guy. Tactical's in. Can you fill those shoes at all? So far, yes, he's been very, very good. A lot of that is that he's been very, very well supported and hasn't had to do many difficult things, right? It's, hey, farm really well. Yep, check. Okay, you know, auto attack correctly in a team fight, position well in a team fight. Yep, check. But, you know, otherwise it's kind of laid out for him, right? Where the team fights are pretty well orchestrated and he's able to just kind of, you know, belt out the damage. Here's another game, right? Where T is coming down to his lane to set up with a blitz hook, to set up with the Graves coming down as well. It feels pretty constant that TL get a lot of pressure in front of Tactical.
And as far as Tactical goes, I feel like we already are moving past him living in Doublelift shadow and are moving past, you know, everyone constantly having these comparisons, because he is really building his career in his own right very successfully now, I believe, you know, working really well in with this Team Liquid roster that has all these super experienced players. And I'm super excited to see how they continue to build on that, especially him and CoreJJ specifically. You know, doing so much and having so much time invested in them as partners.
Yeah, it's been super duper successful. Very happy about them. On the other side, for 100 Thieves, it is an uphill battle so far. A 0-2 start to the split, but of course they can still pick up wins. Lots more games to play. It's just kind of unlucky. All of their games so far have been against undefeated teams. It's been a really difficult strength of schedule for 100 Thieves, and I think that sells them a bit short. I think they are still a solid team, but they're against some of the very best squads they could face right now, and it's I think, giving a bad eye test when they're better than they look.
For sure. They had, in my opinion, the most difficult starting schedule for week 1. Cloud9 and EG, like you said, 2 undefeated teams, 2 of the best teams from last split as well. So they really started out with some tough competition. Definitely had a lot of mistakes themselves to clean up regardless. And I think that now is definitely a time where they can show that improvement. Because Team Liquid here did come out with a 2-0 themselves, so 100 Thieves continue their schedule of going against undefeated teams. Whenever you have blitzcrank, of course, everybody is very wary of the level 1s, so some defensive wards come out in the pixel brush, and they do get side on CoreJJ.
Yep. Double trinket wards come down, no big deal, and we wait to see if there's anything special going on. Looks like no.
It's
special. It is Olaf. Yep, already there. Burns the cleanse, hook back in for some damage. Poor Ryoma has to deal with that already.
Don't you love it when something you're talking about in Champ Select just shows up on screen 1 minute into the game here? Twisted Fate gold card into the blitzcrank hook there for CoreJJ. Not only is it the cleanse, which actually has a really short cooldown, so sometimes that's hard to really take advantage of blowing that summoner, but they got a decent almost 200 damage chunk there in the level 1 as well. So burning through the health potion already for the first one for Ryoma. Sets up a little bit easier of a time to take control of that mid wave. And again, we're going to keep our eyes on tracking Jensen and his progress towards that level 6 to try and make the big play. Ssumday goes for the decent trade onto Impact, who dodges 2 out of 3 sweet spots.
Yeah, nice step in, predicted the dash forward from Ssumday, got out of the sweet spot, allowed him to easily walk away without getting crowd controlled again right there. Do want to point out, 10.12 had nice buffs to Ghost, which Jensen is now running, no longer has the ramp up time onto it, you get quick right away. Longer cooldown, but extends the duration if you get a kill or assist in a fight. So might see him zipping around for a really long time in these battles, which is going to be fun to watch for. Always nice to track systems changes in the game. Really
and that
lane
one
push goes to bot side.
That one's most critical for mid laners because mid laners always used to use Ghost as the instant dodge button. And Jensen is a guy who was always applauded for his ability to dodge ganks, dodge skill shots. So now that Ghost has that instant speed you're talking about, doesn't have to wait on the ramp up time. I'm looking for Jensen to, hold his flash in a lot of scenarios, just use the Ghost and go for the side steps. Azir Shurima Shuffle can be one that's a little bit difficult to sidestep, but again, sometimes you can see people moving forward into it and trying to outplay that way. See if you can get the gold starred counter initiation. So a lot of options for him still. Meteos has gotten the top side Scuttle Crab. They were split as Broxah went down bottom and got a little bit more safety here for Tactical and CoreJJ.
Yeah, do want to point out the kind of comparison point here as we look at things go down. 100 Thieves had tried to send their dual lane to the bottom river to see if they could stop the Scuttle take. Didn't quite happen. Still grabbed by Broxah, but nice attempt all the same. Maybe trading top flight, not quite though, so I'm just going to walk around that pillar and not have much issues. But I want to say one other thing as we talk about patch changes and whatnot. One of the big Kalista changes from 2 patches ago was making her rank 1W free to cast and the damage a lot higher. Kalista players used to mostly ignore W. They would rank it at level 13. They would just completely not skill the ability. Cody Sun actually has the Sentinels.
Yeah, I mean, they've gone back and forth on that too, right? Where they lowered it for a bit, then decided to raise it again. Seeing how much they really want you to rely on having a partner. But I do like the freer vision because it doesn't feel like there is this, cost off for your lane and trying to get that. And it can be annoying for junglers. Meanwhile, Ssumday himself, in the Aatrox matchups, of course, you're going to have the push onto the Ornn early on here and should be able to retain that. And he uses that to try and invade on Broxah, gets the vision for Meteos to know, hey, I've got the inside track on Broxah, I can invade on his red side, and he's setting up a trap here. So the important part of a jungle trap that you see on your mini-map, support is roaming over, and Ryoma's building a big wave. 100 Thieves have so much priority over this Raptor camp, over this red side jungle. It could be dangerous for Broxah if they wait around, but Meteos and Stunt leave that brush just before Broxah gets there, so there won't be any surprise.
Yeah, I really wonder if they could have just sat there for a little bit longer. Yes, they took the camp, that was useful, of course, but if you're expecting Graves to walk there, maybe they're afraid, okay, the blitzcrank could walk over, there's a chance they can 2-on-2 us, the wave was getting cleared out, so Jensen could show. Go ahead.
It was the Kalista recall, tactical recalled. So if you know that your bottom lane is not going to have presence, Stunt did roam first, but without the Kalista, it could have been CoreJJ and tactical 2v1. Dragonfight goes.
Fight coming in. He's going to play forward. Tactical jumps back, stays safe. Jensen's there. That's an easy kill, and first blood goes over to Broxah as the fight continues. The TP's coming in for both sides. Impact sounds the Ornn, goes to knock-up, hits that Ryoma. There's the grab. The steal comes through. Blue team Ocean Drake. Liquid get everything they could want, and they're still going for more. Meteos chunked low, finds a slow, 200 health. That's going to be Broxah finding the second kill of the battle.
It's the Impact Show. He gets the ultimate in there. I believe he got the last hit on the dragon as well. Both of the kills do go where they want the money also. So that is just a dream scenario for Team Liquid take a look at how it started out. This is a battle of the two hook champions. CoreJJ's first one does actually go wide as he's aiming for Meteos, but then with Stunt taking his hook in and flashing out, CoreJJ just flashes in to get the knock up there with his fist and is able to get that one. Then Impact with the Ornn ultimate does knock up Ryoma, forcing him out of the fight, and he actually got the dragon with the W and Brittle proc there, with Meteos trying to combine his smite with the extra damage from his axe, not actually completely calculating and executing on that finish. So objective and both kills over to the side of Team Liquid. Dream start.
That's already rough. Man, there's a lot we could continue to unpack then about that one. I think the Cody Sun recall allowed him to have boots for the Drake fight, so he had better items than tactical. There's logic to that kind of play, but yeah, I wonder if they had done the jungle trap. But now here comes the play in tactical. Flay's not going to land, but the slows, well, they're going to land one of them, but tactical's still going to get away from that one. The hook into the turret. Goodbye, Meteos. Tactical on the board, set up easily. An alley-oop from CoreJJ. Now Thieves have to walk out. Cody Sun pulls the aggro. That's 300 health missing there, but they'll walk away staying alive.
Oh man, it's a tragedy after tragedy for 100 Thieves. Broxah wants to make it a little bit worse for them.
And he's running quickly. The hook's gonna land again. CoreJJ rarely misses, and when he hits, a kill comes through. Team Liquid off to an amazing start.
Yeah, that's a no flash Thresh, and Broxah's able to get the slow with the smoke screen there, setting up CoreJJ for an easy hook. This has gone from bad to worse for 100 Thieves. Not only did Meteos get chased off the dragon, loses the smite fight, loses his life in there, but he hadn't gotten to level 6, so he could not use Ragnarok to deny that pull under tower. When they had tried to chase down tactical and overchase with their slows here, Ryoma going for another play though.
Big play, 3 seconds of Jensen's flash, gets it just then at the end. They had it timed, but they couldn't lock him down long enough.
Very close on that timer, and Jensen's able to get out alive, cycling those cooldowns. See if Impact actually does get to finish it. Looks like they will. Meteos is on the bottom side, still trying to catch up now. And Broxah heads over. Should be another objective in the favor of TL.
All right, this is going the way a lot of people expected it to. Team Liquid, an undefeated start to the LCS summer split. They looked good doing so, and 100 Thieves had a really hard time against the top teams. And they're having a hard time against this top team. Liquid off to a bunch of neutral objectives, a bunch of kills, and Cody Sun maybe a bit farther up than he needs to be. Gonna take some decent damage, down about to half HP, but gets the lantern back out. I feel like Stunt played that one pretty nicely and got him to safety yet again, and now Meteos wants round 2.
Yeah, they might be biting off a bit more than they can chew here. Twisted Fate ult is available for Jensen to try and defend. And even though he's pushed under tower, you don't have to walk very far to be able to defend a tower dive as Twisted Fate from mid lane. So these aggressive plays from 100 Thieves that they're trying to pull off to get back into this game, they have to start being a bit more careful because of the extra kills they've already lost. Two of the main carries here, Broxah and Tactical, getting the kill credit on both of those puts a lot more damage behind the Team Liquid lineup here. And with Jensen able to port around on Twisted Fate and just apply the gold cards to catch anyone off guard, it really does mean Team 100 Thieves have to be a lot more calculated with the next move.
And they're going to have to be. Right now, you saw, or a couple seconds ago, you saw the attempt at a Raptor steal, but the smite, I believe, went to Broxah, so he didn't lose all too much down there. Comes out XP ahead, as junglers are pretty close in farm overall, and I feel like I take the late game Graves, so feeling a bit bad for Meteos here, who's not been able to power farm as much as maybe he would have wanted to. A couple of steals here and there, but overall behind in this game. Once again, Core walks up, looks for a play, not going to find it. 100 Thieves playing very defensively and staying out of range of those hooks, as Broxah was there for follow-up. We can see the next Drake spawns in just about 8 seconds. Team Liquid got the first one thanks to some good play at Impact, and likely to get the second one afterwards.
Yeah, it's a really rough situation for 100 Thieves because they're the ones who draft the Kalista Thresh bottom lane. It's supposed to be this big powerhouse of crowd control and options to start off these team fights, but with the lead that Team Liquid have, being able to use Rift Trail down bottom, they're going to chunk down 2 more of these turret plates and set themselves up for the dragon. Meteos is trying to farm right back into it, but it's a Cinder Hulk Olaf. You have no presence. This early into the game, it's so easy for an Ezreal and a Graves to kite that Olaf, who doesn't have a lot of threat behind him. And so they won't even challenge on the Dragon, and it's just going to go over to Team Liquid. They're stacking them really quickly. That's number 2, only 11 minutes, 40 seconds into the game.
And of interest is the fact that Team Liquid did not even really go for the plates either. They summoned the Herald, but no one was in the I could call it XP range, the range to get the local gold off those plates dropping. So 320 gold just kind of disappeared into the ether, but they did it so they could make sure they get the Drake, and now the play over to the jungle forces the flash out of Broxah. They know the re-engage could have been explosive. They chose to pull a tactical over to make sure they were safe to get that Drake, and they got that objective, just not the extra gold.
The gold range for acquiring the gold off of Rift-Tailed when you cast it, it was greatly extended too. And I have definitely gotten it like halfway up the river before.
Really?
Yeah, so there is a very decent chance that they still did get it. The increase in range was gigantic.
Right, it's the like assisted XP range, right? So it's like 1500 range or so, which is, yeah, about halfway down the lane in some cases. That felt farther, but that said, you've done Herald summons more than I have. So, all right, well, someone can watch the tapes. You can tell me if 320 gold should over Broxah's head. Regardless, it is still the turret at half HP, the Drake going over to Team Liquid, and the gold lead still about 2,500.
All right, where's the next play going to be? Because we set up so much at Champs Select. All right, the Twisted Fate, first couple ultimates are going to be really big in determining the plays for the game. However, because of those invades, it actually hasn't been the biggest factor. And Jensen here, almost level 11 already, looking for rank 2 in it. Doesn't feel like Team Liquid have to force all that much, as they've just got continually farming here on Graves. Broxah down to the bottom side, and a little bit of a hover from Twisted Fate. They're constantly looking at this Kalista and Thresh.
Yeah, they're farming okay down there, but you gotta say, about a 10 CS lead to Tactical is gonna feel pretty decent over on this one, as I generally take a late game Ezreal over late game Kalista, especially when your team's got the gold lead here. Core is gonna go for an invade. He's gonna spot Meteos. They see each other. Throws the axe, can't land it. Says, maybe I can farm, maybe I can't. Let's just go for it. Gonna do the very best. I just got a DM from Azale who said Broxah got the gold in the Drake pit. So turns out I was wrong. That range is in fact very, very long, and the gold was through, so TL played it perfectly.
I got you, brother.
Yep.
That's my favorite part about. That's my favorite part about picking up the eye as jungle. You can drop it, and unless you just run and book it away, you're gonna get at least part of the gold.
All right. Well, there you go. I stand corrected. Did not realize that was even longer than the I've attacked the turret range on that one. But now a fight in the bottom side. Looking bad for Stunt. Pulled back just in time by Cody Sun. Has the shield. That saved his life.
Oh,
and True Shot Barrage. A stopwatch. However, Jensen is there. Doesn't even need the blue card. Reginald will be jealous. But that is Cody Sun dying out of the turret. Tactical. Taking names.
Yeah. All right, this one's looking like a Team Liquid smashing here. You gotta feel a little bit bad for Stunt. You're like, oh, he's almost out. Oh, he uses stopwatch to dodge the Ezreal ult, but then they've just got Twisted Fate with the extra card. Jensen goes through, finishes off the kill. Ryoma trying to take down the turret, though.
All right, pops the cleanse. He's going to be knocked up almost certainly. No, actually can't land the knock up his impact. So now Ssumday on the re-engage. Not getting much more done. Meteos going to hand the blue to Ryoma, but here comes Jensen. He's ghosted. He's finding the hook, and they're handing the blue right back over. Meteos probably should have just taken the blue buff. No way out for the poor guy. Jensen now has exhaust, just for good measure. Spell books over to one more summoner spell. Back on the map.
Yep, another gold card into blitzcrank hook. Setting him up really easily there for CoreJJ. Flashes into range to be able to get that one. And another kill, another objective for Team Liquid. Doing a very good job of snowballing here and showing that they can also, you know, have Broxah on the carry, have some CC options with the other members to set him up. Here's another look at CoreJJ going for that hook. There was a controller in the bush, so there's no vision.
There's another hook. It was another kill. Stunt's down. Core's going to lose his life for it. And finally, 100 Thieves are on the board. The first kill of the game is a trade off of a CoreJJ pickup as rest of 100 Thieves collapse down. 3,500 gold to work back from, though.
Yeah, but we got to give some credit to them. They continually trying to look for their way back into this game. They're pushing down mid lane turret, trying to get some objectives there, looking for kills wherever they can. That's the first one to the name of 100 Thieves, and they've got a very long road to try and come back, but they're making another attempt here, catch an impact.
And this is Impact having nowhere to go. Flashes the wall into enemy territory, which is maybe a bit greedier than is needed. Regardless, Meteos flashes to chase it through, and, well, flash for flash, get the kill. Not too bad there. So at least something on the board. 100 Thieves slowly clawing their way back in, but it is a very uphill climb.
Again, points for mental fortitude here. Untiltable. 100 Thieves still looking for the plays. Now they're looking to capitalize. Dead impact for another 14 seconds. Meteos out of mana, but he can wait on the next cooldown of his E to combo E and Smite.
Ooh, and almost walked into hook range. Smite, no, Ren's gonna make it happen. The flay backwards means a kill and a Broxah. And that's 3 straight kills for 100 Thieves, plus a Drake picked up. They are turning the corner. Still more to do, but that's a great look in the mid game.
Rally caps on, Freak. 100 Thieves fighting back here out of the early deficit. Ryoma just whacking away in the PvE category there. Takes down another turret with the Azir as well. Here's another look at how it started on the mid lane, though. Jensen and Impact trying to finish that one off. And they do get the hook onto Thresh once again. Stunt getting locked down. Then, of course, the chase down and collapse comes through. Immediate ultimate there. From Meteos to continually land the slows on the CoreJJ. Make sure the kill doesn't go unanswered. Support for support.
Alrighty, so on the map we go yet again. 2,000 gold the difference. Not that bad anymore. The farm lead, 20 here on Ssumday. About to be about 28 as the wave goes down. So he's going to feel pretty comfortable up here. Has the kill compared to the assist, probably up in gold. And that'll be a nice thing to watch for. If that 1v1 can keep looking exciting for the 100 Thieves top side. Stunt gonna grab some quick farm off the mid lane as you expect, and you know, if the minutes start with a 1 and it's a 4-digit number, dual lanes in the mid lane. They're gonna chill there for a while. Your mid laners go to the side and you just kind of continue to pivot around the central part of the map. Tactical looks for poke, not quite gonna land it, but we know 3 auto attacks will knock down that mid lane turret, and whenever TL wants to pressure it, it'll fall.
Yep, the next evolution here for Team Liquid to try and continually push this lead ahead is to keep Tactical in mid lane with CoreJJ, and then use Jensen split pushing on Twisted Fate to get a side wave pushing and allow him to use Twisted Fate ultimate into either the blitzcrank or the Ornn, and layer those crowd control abilities so they can find their pick that way. And since Tactical is on Ezreal, it's very easy for him to capitalize if someone does get picked off. Very mobile champion, can add a lot of damage with the ult and long range very easily.
Okay, so looking for those long range plays again. Right now, looking again at the map state. 8-3 in kills, but equal in turrets and close in Drake. Certainly something that can work down here. The top lane turrets alive on both sides. The next major objective, probably 2.5 minutes to go to this Cloud Drake spawn. Thunder Thieves have 1 for the ulti cooldown, which honestly, I would argue almost the biggest deal for Kalista. That ulti CD is so very, very long. It's often not up for your second team fight in a row. That can actually help Cody Sun and by extension Stunt quite a lot there.
Yeah, probably mostly Stunt.
Yeah.
As he's been the one targeted. Here we go though.
Oh, that is a bro move. Walks in, says, I'll pull you right back out. Don't worry about it. I like the play. They played it nicely, but now watch out for the re-engage as Jensen shows up. Herald some in the mid. How much of this turret will they take down? Because Ssumday is going to feel confident to hit it once. Ezreal comes in and lands on a Stunt, who's got to be a bit more careful. And CoreJJ goes behind the wall to look for the play, look for the engage, look for the hook. Not going to find it just yet, but the turret's going to fall. One more auto. That is a hook right into Meteos, but here comes the flay back in. CoreJJ's dropped low. 3-man knockup, and that's going to be a kill into Cody Sun. Nearly one on a Stunt as well. Team Liquid take an easy fight off the Impact's re-engage.
Looks like they're going to be able to press this one right into the turret, tower down, and kill acquired again for Team Liquid. CoreJJ getting another pull on the Meteos. If you're quick enough, you can Ragnarok and then not get pulled in, but sometimes it's hard to see that hook coming, and that one definitely came out quick, catching him a little bit off guard. And the re-engage there does find another Tactical, laying it down and forcing the ult out of Ssumday.
Yeah, that was a little brave if there was someone in Fog of War nearby, but keep in mind with the ward coverage, the controller to the right side of the screen, there is a regular Sightstone ward just up and right, like behind the 100 Thieves logo. So realistically, he knew no one was nearby. There's even one to his left near the river. He's like, yeah, no one should be here. He's alone. If he screws up, I can kill him, and yeah, forces the ulti out, which might not matter, but it's a good play to Tactical. It was measured. He knew there was no follow-up.
And to me, it's one of the most important things when you're evaluating the players that have most recently come up from Academy. A lot of these hyped up rookie players, how confident do they play in the LCS? And Tactical is definitely one that if you talk to him in any of the interviews, he's always a very upbeat member of the team, always has confidence in his own play. And part of that does come from having, you know, so many accounts at the top of Challenger for so long and melding very nicely with the personalities on Team Liquid that have all had a lot more experience.
And looking good so far. Tactical stepped up, got a bit of stuff done, but that said, Ssumday has his ulti back up from cooldown. Here comes the play towards the Drake yet again. 100 Thieves already in range, already in play for this one. Jensen's the top lane. There is no contest. Cloud Drake number 2, not terribly consequential. 100 Thieves gonna get that in a recall. Team Liquid gonna get top lane tier 2 and the middle inhibitor turret. So 2 turrets and useful ones in trade for a Cloud Drake as Liquid taking a, I would say, proactive play in that it gets them farther ahead in this game.
Most definitely the correct call there for Team Liquid to just push ahead. Inhibitor turrets down. Meteos wants to make them pay for it. Slows on impact.
But he's not very tanky. Hooked over the wall. Goodbye. Has to flash just away. The Ornn. It's not quite gonna kill him, but will TF? No, the smoke screen does it. Broxah claims the kill, and it is now a 5v4. We're pushing right back into the base. Inhibitor is going to drop. We're only 23 minutes in, and CoreJJ wants one. Nearly gets it. Hook back in. A lot of damage. A trade kill. Nice hook for Stunt. Pulled back again. Tactical will not get that kill either. And it is a 1-for-1 long term, but it is inhibitor down. It is True Shot Barrage chunking Stunt to 50 HP inside the fountain. And Thieves now have a base that is leaking minions.
Critical defense for them right there, and big that they do get the kill on a CoreJJ, though at least they don't let Team Liquid immediately run to pick up that Baron. That could have been game over if they weren't able to get the counter kill there, if they gave up any more at the Nexus turrets. And Team Liquid are able to pick up that Baron. So 100 Thieves just trying to hold on by that last thread. They do have 1 inhibitor down, but Ryoma looking for a little bit of a bot lane push here. Just trying to find Broxah recalling. Does not check past the Scuttle Crab, though, into the pit.
Alrighty, so the game state yet again. 5,000 and change in the lead here for Team Liquid as 100 Thieves are honestly stacking fairly inconsequential Drakes. Clouds have some of the least in-combat utility because your ult was up already. Well, there's no change to the cooldowns any shorter, and as long as TL plays a somewhat measured game, there's essentially no impact in that Drake. Only one on the TL top side as they're looking to continue to knock down the river, knock down the jungle, and set up for Baron.
And if you find yourself in Team Liquid's position, well, first of all, you should be very happy because you have quite a bit more as far as map pressure and so many more options, but it's pretty easy to just send your Twisted Fate down a side lane. You already have pressure mid with the inhibitor down, so they can just rotate Jensen over here and then pull 100 Thieves across 2 parts of the map. Baron's fully warded up with control wards, and it looks like Team Liquid actually fishing around for any possible pick. They want to first take all the resources off the bottom half of the map, blue buff included, before they let 100 Thieves have any breathing room. Tower should be melted here pretty quickly. So if you look at Jensen's build, already with the Lich Bane and plenty of AP behind it.
Yeah, gets to go for a fairly aggressive build. Gets to sit on just the stopwatch. Doesn't have to finish Zhonya's because he hasn't had it burned out of him, and that means he gets to go for the higher damage build. Right, the Lich Bane, thing that's so good at knocking down turrets, got to go Void Staff there as well. Still getting to delay Zhonya's or any other defensive items because he just has that consumable left in the inventory. Hasn't been taxed out of him at all. And TL get to continue to push forward, continue to look good. 6,000 almost the lead. Bottom turret almost gone. Broxah shows up just to guarantee it. Down goes turret number 7.
I would think that, okay, here we go. 100 Thieves counterplay.
All right, this has to be, it has to work. It has to work here. Impact's going to flash away and walk slowly, but he's slowed yet again. Problem is, the rest of the team is showing up, and all they get is a flash and nothing else. And actually, there's some danger already. A lantern has to be used because he was slowed, and TF could have followed up. Instead, its pressure still on the map. It's 100 Thieves stuck inside their base, hemmed in, as Jensen's still pushing the bottom side. Now the re-aggression, the hook back in, looking to kill that impact. A great play. Wonderful out of Stunt right there. Waited for the opportunity, pulls him right back in, ignores the move block, and with flash down, that's a kill. And the timing's not too bad. We know Baron's on the map. Impact, though, will be able to TP in if there is a Drake play.
Yeah, 100 Thieves, they have to keep looking for these opportunities. And after the first attempt there with Impact blowing his flash, he gets a little bit too full of himself after they're able to chase 100 Thieves off, moves right back up, and 100 Thieves take the only opportunity available to them. They kill Impact, 17 seconds left on him, and they're burning down Baron.
All right, Jensen has Summoner TP, and he's very far away from Ssumday, so that will not be canceled. When does the squad come in? 2,000 health left on Baron. Can he get it? You've gotta be kidding me. Broxah comes into the pit, grabs the Baron. They get 2 kills over the top as well. 100 Thieves had the chance in their eyes, and they've been blinded. This is gonna be Ryoma running for his life. There is no way out of this one. Jensen's gonna find him. He's running fast as lightning. Impact grabs another kill, and it's one man left alive. Ssumday is not going to defend this base.
Well played there. That was a play born of desperation from 100 Thieves. They really wanted to try and make a game comeback play right there off of the pick that they got onto Impact. But Team Liquid able to collapse, obviously, and Broxah even gets the smite for them. So Team Liquid, with the Baron buff, will try to deliver the killing blow.
This is the kind of game Broxah wanted to have when he first joined Team Liquid. Summer Split has been a lot of that for him so far. One last fight to pad the KDAs, to increase the damage stats, to cement the fact that Team Liquid are going to start the LCS Summer Split 3-0 with a couple of kills on the Founded for good measure. 6-0-4 for Tactical. His stats keep rising, a triple at the very end of it all, and the Nexus falls in under 28 minutes. Team Liquid look incredible in Summer.
Team Liquid firing on all cylinders this time around. I like the CoreJJ blitzcrank. A lot of the early ones are really well set up by teammates too. You know, Broxah landing smoke screens to slow members to allow them to get the pulls in. Obviously, the gold card used many times for the super easy stationary target, but just good collapsing for them around objectives as well. Lead to them being able to snowball off a lot of these early leads.
Yeah, definitely agree. I think the whole squad really played very well together. I liked how much TF got to move around. You had Jensen very much on split push duty, put in a lot of aggressive pressure onto turrets. I really, really like the 4-minute in, let's take 2 turrets and just give them Drake. Teal didn't even try. Like, it seemed like the comms were really clear saying, look, we're not on soul point anymore. They snuck that 3rd one. Let's just give them a Cloud Drake. We're going to go for turret pressure when it happens. And sure enough, on cooldown, on the respawn, 100 Thieves is down there, and they're like, that's fine, 900 gold for us.
Yeah, and the dragon stacking, they didn't have to rely on Soul to be able to win this game. So really good call there, going for the gold, just pushing the lead ahead and knowing they can win it off of Baron instead. Plus, Broxah got off Trundle duty, so I know he's happy.
Yeah, got to play Graves and did some good stuff, right? Got the phase rush off, sort of running people down. Got a Baron steal, which was pretty sick. Got to be part of a successful kind of Drake fight. So positive things to say here for Team Liquid. Well done to them. Sad for 100 Thieves that it's a 0-3 start, though I do think they'll start picking up wins from here as their opponents get easier. So hold out hope for the faithful of 100 Thieves, because I think they're still a pretty solid team. There were some good moments in that game. But we're going to step away for a quick commercial break. When we come back, the Tigers will talk with the victorious bot laner in the Verizon post-game interview.